Let's talk specifically about getting the backlog ready. So we did talk quite a bit around the idea that you can have the teams start to do this work, and at the same time, it actually is quite valuable to seed it with a few things, or at the very least, here's a handful of principles to consider that may look different from that of your existing backlog with a more experienced team. This is some of the work that often is a little paralyzing, like, oh my gosh, I got so much work to do. You have work to do, you just probably don't have as much as you think, okay? So here are the principles of a few good stories. This can translate across the board to any skill level, I think, but especially when we're talking about early learners. The first on our list is define the boundaries, and specifically model, time box, or eliminate as options. Okay, so modeling. So it's very common to not have kind of a scope of involvement, we'll call it. So if I have a feature of do A, B, C, or D, it's a wide open palette for me as a less experienced person. So one of the most helpful things you can do is start to give an example or a model of what would this look like. So here's another feature. So as an example, take a look at this for an example on how to do it. Okay, so modeling another feature, another part of the code base, just to kind of provide a little bit of scope. The second item is to time box that thing. So if you spend more than 3 to 4 hours, as an example, on this, please reach out for help. Because I know that it probably won't take you 4 days to do it. And if it's taking you that long, it could be one of a bunch of reasons. So putting a specific time box on something and say, hey, if this takes you longer than X amount of time, please reach out for help. As far as how long, not how long it'll take you, how long it will take you times 3 or 4. Okay, so that's one. Eliminate is eliminate from the menu of options so they have a more narrow scope of what this could involve. So as an example, you won't need JavaScript for this, and you won't need a database migration. So if I feel like I should be doing that, it's a trigger for me of like, they told me I shouldn't need that, okay? So those are examples. So as you're defining the boundaries of a feature, as you're defining a feature, principle number 1 is make sure you define the boundaries of what would be acceptable for that feature. And there's 3 different tools you could use. Model something, time box that thing for support, or eliminate options so it's clear as what it could be, okay? It also works with your senior teams too,